What's going on, everyone? So last year, the Los Angeles Lakers had a real problem of inconsistency, particularly half to half. So in the beginning of the season, Lakers were terrible in first halves, excellent in second halves. Then, the midway point, it completely swapped, and they were really good to start games, terrible closing games, and then just kind of was this lack of inconsistency that never really got addressed under Darvin Ham. Darvin Ham never really made the changes and got the team to buy in. A lot of it was lack of preparation, lack of adjustments. But it's not a coincidence that once we ended up running into the Denver Nuggets, guess what happened? Lakers inconsistencies came to a roaring halt, right? Came to a head. Lakers were excellent in the first half, literally won every first half. If the games were over at halftime, Lakers would have swept the Denver Nuggets. But guess what? Two halves are how the games work, 48 minutes. And you saw Lakers ran into Denver and were only good in the first halves, terrible in the second halves, and they lost every game but one, right? JJ Redick really has to make sure that he corrects this and adjusts it. Obviously, preseason, second halves, Lakers are running, G League guys and guys that are not even going to be on the team, right? I'm not worried about the first and second halves and inconsistencies in preseason. That's not what this is necessarily about. But it is a thing that, for example, you saw in the Golden State Warriors game. Even JJ Redick addressed it and talked about it. And he said, in the third quarter, we really got away from our game plan. Really got away from the way that we want to play. So in the first half, yes, Lakers were not hitting shots. Lakers were not able to, just put the ball in the hoop. But they were running the sets. They were trusting the offense. They were, trying to get after it on the defense side. They were playing the way that they want to play. And then because things weren't going well, the Lakers, some guys just started to just shot chuck. And JJ Redick even said, I get it. As a player, I've been there. You start 0-3, 0-4, you want to kind of get yourself going. And so you get away from what the scheme is rather than, hey, let me try to get going so that way we can kind of turn this around. Things aren't going, we're not hitting shots, we're losing. You want to kind of be that guy. And he said, I get it, I understand it, but we got to make sure that we're trusting the offense, we're trusting our game plans. That's something that the Lakers are really going to have to stay on board with this season because you saw the inconsistencies all year last year. And JJ Redick, if those things come to light, we got to make sure that we're correcting those things, being the best version of ourselves. Obviously, look, bad games happen, bad halves happen. You see it all the time. Team will shoot the lights out in the first half and then just can't buy a bucket in the second half. It's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about game in and game out. All season last year, you saw game to game. It wasn't an outlier game here and there. It was regularly. One half Lakers would look great. Another half they wouldn't. Never got changed. It never got fixed. It never got corrected. Now, we don't know if that's going to even be a problem this year. Very well might not. Lakers might be fine and might put together a full 48 minutes, and it might just be random games here and there. Or, Lakers lose because they just have a poor shooting night or something, right? Again, losses happen, games happen. No team has ever gone 82-0. Right? So losses are going to come. But how are we correcting it? How are we adjusting game after game after game? Are we making sure we're sticking to the game plans? You look at teams like San Antonio Spurs back in their heyday, Golden State Warriors, right? They were teams that no matter what, even Golden State back in the 2022 when they won the championship. The reason I took them to beat Boston was because of their consistency, because they were a well-oiled machine. And Boston at that point loved to get away from what works. When things started going bad, Boston would panic, and then it was a lot of heavy isolation. It was a lot of, Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown ball, rather than just sticking to the game plan, doing the thing that got you up and put you in the game, right? And so you saw teams like the Warriors and the Spurs, no matter what happens, and you even saw it in that Warriors game. Warriors shot terribly too. Warriors weren't shooting the lights out or anything like that, but they stuck to their game plan. They were getting better shot attempts. They were getting better looks. They were moving the basketball. They had 10 more assists than us that game, right? They stick to the plan. They are disciplined. They understand that, hey, this works. Right now, it's not working. But we have a tried and true, proving examples time and time again that, hey, if we stay the course, more times than not, we're going to win. Even if it's not working right now, eventually it's going to, and guess what? We're going to win. Lakers need to make sure that they're following the same script, right? D'Angelo Russell, Austin Reeves, LeBron James, Rui Hachimura, Anthony Davis, Max Christie, Dalton Knecht, Gabe Vincent, whoever it is, right? Whoever the rotation guys are, need to make sure they're following the script. Need to make sure that they're staying within the scheme, staying within the game plans, not getting too far away. Again, sometimes your best play is just to give LeBron the basketball and get out the way. Right? Sometimes, game on the line, 5 seconds left, down 1, put the ball in your best player's hands and let him go try to win you the game. Right? Or sometimes, the offense isn't cooking, so you're going to draw up a set to get LeBron going downhill. Or getting Rui in a post-up action, right? Like, there are times, like even J.J. Redick said in a Warriors game that, he called 3 straight sets just for Anthony Davis, to get Anthony Davis the ball because he hadn't touched it in a while, right? Like, those are the kind of things that, you sometimes need to get to. Big fella isn't involved in the offense the way you need him to right now. Guys aren't really feeding him. Guys aren't really finding him. He's your star. We need to get him some buckets. Let's call his number. Dump it down to AD. Go get us some buckets, right? LeBron's got 9 points. And let's go get a couple sets to go get him, get him to his 20. Let's get him, 3 straight plays with him as the cutter getting towards the rim, right? Boom, 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 boom. All right. Sometimes there are those moments. Sometimes there are those games. Sometimes you want to, put yourself in a position to where you're doing an isolation call or you're running through your 2 stars. That's fine. Outside of that, unless that play call actually comes, stick to the offense. Continue to move, continue to share the basketball, continue to trust what you're building and working on. It's a problem last year. I talked about this heavily all year last year. Lakers bail out the defense too often. Every game that the Lakers had 30 or more assists, they won all of them. Why? Because they were moving the basketball. They weren't bailing out the defense. They were putting and keeping the defense on their toes. They were putting the defense in position to where they can't stop you. Right? And like you saw it, for example, sticking with examples, the Phoenix game. Right? The first one. Lakers were just getting whatever they wanted. I mean, just completely wheeling and dealing, torching Phoenix. Phoenix had zero answer. Right? And but it's because they were sticking to the game plan, sticking to the schemes. When you're just standing around and I, as the defender, know you're not going anywhere, I don't have to worry about you. I need to make sure that I don't let you just get a wide open shot, but you're not moving. You're standing there, right? So I can come and help a little bit and move off of you to try to, force the ball handler to get a kick out to my guy. Now I close out. Now you got a bad shot, right? Like you don't want to have a predictable offense, and you don't want to make things easy on the defense. You want to make things as challenging, as hard as possible. And so they need to make sure that they're doing their job. They need to make sure that they're sticking to the game plan, sticking to the offense. Trust J.J. Redick. Trust what he's drawn up. Trust what he's designed. The rest of the coaching staff. Now, even if you're somebody that doesn't like, J.J. this, J.J. that, whatever. However you feel about J.J. Redick. You still have Scott Brooks and Nate McMillan, 2 very good, very experienced coaches, 2 guys that have had real success in this league. And they're part of this. They're hands-on. They're drawing up offense schemes. They're doing the defense, right? So this coaching staff knows what they're doing. This coaching staff has experience. Remove J.J. Redick from the conversation. Coaching staff has experience. Got to trust in your offense. Got to trust in the coaching staff. Got to trust that they are going to do what they need to do. And that they are a team that can follow the script well enough to win some games. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, and I pass a question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Do you like the idea of them, yes, following the script, sticking to what JJ and the coaching staff has? Do not get off the script, no matter what. Do you think that this team will be better than just being a one-half team? Because, again, that was a real problem all season long last year that never got corrected. And we ran into Denver, and the same thing happened. Literally, the exact same thing happened. First halves, excellent. blowing Denver out. We were up double digits in like every game, if I'm not mistaken, right? And then all of a sudden we go to the second half, and that's it. Just blown out. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. Pass a question to you. Let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. Lets me enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one.